Hello and welcome to a special You Are My Oxford show. Today, we're not only brought to you by Nutmeg, the nostalgic football management game, but we're also actually going to be playing Nutmeg as we go along. How exciting is that?
Very exciting indeed. We are joined once again by James Schall, Oxford United fan extraordinaire and co-founder of Secret Mode Games who make Nutmeg. He's going to be taking us through a season of the game. James, welcome back to the UK after your recent jet setting and welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here and to see how you two get on.
I'm a bit...
What, in real life or at the game?
Oh, both.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried. I'm not going to lie. But listeners, viewers, don't worry. We're definitely putting the info into infomercial. We're going to be playing the game as Oxford United. And we're going to be chatting a bit about Oxford United, matters both of the present and the past as we go through.
James, why don't we start off? You share your screen and start the game. While you're doing that, can you tell us what is Nutmeg and what Matt and I are hoping to achieve whilst playing this today?
Nutmeg is a football management game, not a simulation. That's a key kind of difference with some of the other games you'll find out on the market. And this game, the reason we made it is it's a nostalgic love story about the past and football. It's kind of real. It kind of isn't. It's this weird mashup, which is designed to be super fun. And from what we've seen people playing it already in the demo, we are on to a bit of a winner. So it's going to be great to share with you two the Nutmeg experience. So this is a bit of a world premiere, shall we say. The game is now what we call Gold, which is finished, and it comes out on Thursday, March the 26th at 3 p.m.
It's very exciting. And whenever I give, I tell people like the premise of it, everyone's like, that's amazing. I'm getting involved. So yeah, excited to get playing.
Here we go then. The first thing I'll do is we'll start off a new game. As you can see, the TV is very old, like us. We'll remember things like this.
I love the retro vibes.
It's a beautiful vision, and it's been created by people who were making games back then in the 80s, and also with a lot of students who are fresh and can't even remember what the 2000s were, let alone the 90s and 80s. They've created a really nice mix. So we'll start off the game just to show you where we are. And the first thing to take note with Nutmeg is you need to complete the 92. Now, what I mean by that is as you play Nutmeg, you'll unlock kit. And these kits points will allow you to unlock different teams. Now, you can see in Division 4, there's York, Tranmere, Mansfield, Hereford, Halifax that you can play from the start. And of course, in Division 3, there is Oxford. So we can pick up Oxford, which we will do. But the more you play the game, the more kit you unlock, which means if you fancied a dalliance with Chester or Halifax, you can do that. So we'll start off with Oxford, diving into the game, and you're given a couple of choices between, these are perks, which will become more obvious as you play the game. So it's like a modification to the way you'll run. Oxford's position in 79 looks like it was 17th. That's the rough fan base and that's capacity of the stadium. Right. So again, some of these things are accurate. Some of them are not. It's very much supposed to be a bit of a dreamlike state of.
I'll take 20,000.
So there we go. So we will start the game in what's known as broadcast mode. Now we've got two modes in the game. The one we're playing tonight is broadcast mode. And the challenge there was we were looking at the amount of time people spend playing football management games, and it can be a bit of a drain. They have a load of fun, but it's like, I have to play this thing for 2 or 3 days to get through a season. And it ends up with I'm bunking off work or bunking off the family, right? So we wanted to be respectful of people's time. So what we came up with is a really interesting mode, which is called broadcast mode, which effectively you will take control of the team for one match a month. So you can skim through a season pretty quickly. However, if you want to go full hardcore and play every single game, you can do that in the hardcore mode. But we warn people straight away that broadcast mode is the one you'll get through the quickest. You don't have to play for thousands of hours. Okay, so we're given a challenge from the board. Again, this is August 1980, just to frame the game. But the game itself, as I mentioned, it's kind of a bit dream statey. So some things are right, some things aren't right, and there's a reason for that. But you know, the more we play it, the more we understand. Now, this is your desk. You don't leave your desk as the manager. You've got the computer here on the left-hand side, which you can access. You've got your notice board with all your information from telephone, fax machine, the famous Ceefax CRT, where you can get news from, and then the sticker book, which has got a bunch of information about your team. So what I'll do is I'll show you around the room. You can see things. There are little things there, nods and winks that will make you feel of the kind of era. Remember, if you can remember 1980. So if you want to know how much money you've got to spend on players, then you delve into your PC, and there you've got, with your calculator, tells you your bank balance. You watch all your transactions. You can up and lower and raise your ticket prices. You can look at all your staff information in there. You have got your cash flow, which then appears, and there's also a little version of Snake, which you might remember from back in the day. So we've got a bunch of things.
Can we have a quick look at the playing staff?
Let's go straight to the playing staff. So because of the ground, and again, I'll drop back, we'll look at the blueprints up here, and we'll get taken to the football stadium. So this is our football stadium. We've got effectively quite a low level ground. And we've got room to build, but we don't have any money as yet to build. So that will come as the game progresses. Now, that then enables you to employ a certain level of staff. So here we've got 2 coaching slots. We've got 2 support staff slots and an office slot. So Darren Bowler, for example, that kind of person we can go and employ. And all of those jobs do something for our match day, right? I'm not going to go on to that. We'll do that when we actually play the 1990s version, which is going to challenge you folks on to the most important thing, which is your 1981 squad. Now, there will be players in there that are recognizable, and there will be players that are not recognizable. So we've used people who work at Secret Mode, people in the industry, friends and family, random names, and also footballers, right? We've got a bunch of things in there because it's going to be random every time. Right, so we'll kind of see the players in there, but we know Roy Burton, 29, and it's got his value. Okay, so you can kind of see the level and the kind of what he's good at, and we can also look at his personal interests, which is like the nature and the environment, and then where his specific skills are. So this is your team that you'll get to play with, but here is one of the key things, which is your scouting network. So this is where players from 1980 and 1980, and I don't think we'll recognize many of them. Kevin Hodges, Gary Plumley, Alan Birch. Again, they're names that maybe aren't too familiar to a lot of the players, but they're from squads based in 1980. So that's your kind of your pool you'll dive into. From there, you can have the Ceefax, which runs news every month based on what's happening in the country in 1980. So a little thing about the unemployment, and also some movies which were around then, right? So we've got little bits and pieces. And we've got season start, and you've got the good old teletext league tables in there. Plus there's leading goal scorers and stuff like that. And then from here is basically the board where you do everything. You set up your team training, you sign players, you set up your formation, and you play the game. So as you can see, this one is very of 1980, and many people have seen this from the screenshots that we've shared already. What we're going to do now is load a game, which is Oxford United, and see how you two get on.
What season are we doing?
1991-92. So you can see that the computer's changed a little bit. Some of the art has changed. Some of the video games console has changed a little bit. The phone's changed. I love that detail. There's all these kind of little bits. So the ground has changed a little bit.
We've got 2 more stands. That's
Oxford
good.
United has improved the ground somewhat. Let's have a look at the squad.
What league are we in?
See what you think of this squad. So this, I think we will be in the Championship. Let me just have a look at the table here. Yeah, Division 2. So we are in what has now known as the Championship. Back then it was League 2. Okay, so the playing squad. we'll look at that first of all. So some players you may not recognise, some players you will recognise. So Jeremy Murray, goalkeeper. Paul Key, 59 out of 100, so interesting one there. And Ken Vasey, 53 out of 100. We then go on to the defence. Stuart Cox,
Made up.
Gregory Robinson, Kerry Evans, Gary Smart, Mike Ford, Les Robinson, Stephen Claren, Derek Hussain, Vincent Bell, Les Phillips, Paul Simpson, Joey Beauchamp, Mickey Lewis, Bradley Evans, Brian Pearson, Andy Thomas, and Jeremy Murray, again, the goalkeeper. Now, if you want to get rid of any of those, because you're like, I don't know who they are, and also their kind of total, their skill level isn't good enough. So all you need to do is let me know, and we'll mark them for a transfer.
How do we know their skill level? Is it that number? So it says like
so the
24.
number in the top left-hand corner of the card. So here is 55, and he's worth 210k. So if you can sell him for a decent amount, that's got you more in the transfer kitty, right? So they don't be sold automatically, they go onto the transfer list. So basically, this is beginning of the season. You're a new management duo akin to the Coventry City duo that won them the FA Cup in 1987. You've come in, you're now going to assess the squad and clear folks out. So
Dan,
if you want to just say,
if I were you,
yes or no, we'll mark them for transfers.
I think we go with all the rogue names. So Murray, transfer listed.
So transfer Murray. Keep Vasey.
Need two keepers.
Stuart Cox can go.
Robinson, Gregory can go.
Keep Les.
Yeah.
Keep Simo, definitely. Definitely keep Joey. Keep Mickey Lewis.
Gone.
Okay, there we go. So you can see there's a little suitcase with cash in it, which tells you that they are on the transfer list. So it looks like you're going to need to probably buy a defender and definitely some forwards, or you're going to be underpowered. So you got 428k. Should we have a look at who's up on the close season transfer list?
It's about.
Okay, so we have got Alex Ray.
Tough tackling midfielder.
Jeff Twentyman.
No.
John Vaughan, a keeper from Cambridge. Paul Musselwhite, Scunthorpe. Paul Abrahams. Billy White, age 32. Nicky Cross.
Decent.
Tony Fields-Kirk.
It is Kirk.
From Mark Steen. And who's this? But we don't have enough money. We're literally 50k away.
John Narbett will be overjoyed that he's 479,000.
So other things we can do. We need some cash. Let's get on the phone. Let's ring that commercial director.
Hey, we are fucking on him.
Right, we've got some sponsorship deals. So, Wharton's Cards, £34,000 signing bonus, 68k a month. Let's have a look at the other ones. 85k signing bonus, 68k a month for Joel's Frozen Foods. They're not going to sign with us. We're a little bit below them at the moment. Then we've got January James Jewelries, 137,109 per month. British Coach Line, they won't sign with us. MDF Furniture, 85 and 68. Looks to me that this one could be particularly, interesting. It's only a 5-month deal, so we'll need to remember that one. Ready to go?
Let's sign it.
Yeah, let's
get some
on the deal.
Get some cash in the bank.
So there we go. We will get that contract. Comes through the fax machine. We are in business. We have got.
What are we going to do with that ticket?
Let's have a look at that. 500,000. We can have a look at the ticket prices. So at the moment, it is £3.50 to get in. We can raise that or lower it.
I think £5.25 is very reasonable value to watch John Narbett strutting around the glorious turf of the Manor
What's our
Ground.
capacity these days? 30,000.
We are in there. So we're going to make a bid for Narbett.
We're definitely going for Narbett. Of course, we're going in for
Put
Narbett.
all our money.
Let's go. So it's going to be 80% of our budget is going on Narbs.
It's a big summer signing.
63. Let's try it. Oh, we've got a very low chance of signing him. So Let's go. Let's go through the negotiation. What do you want to throw at him for his
Definitely
basic
lowest
wage?
wage.
435 quid or 800?
But-
I think we go 580, don't we? Can we
Can
go in the
push
middle there?
that?
We can go in the middle. What's his bonus?
£72. He'll be happy with it.
He will be happy. Let's go £72. Plus, he can feature on our podcast.
Now, do
whenever
we
he wants.
promise him first 11 footballer?
Can we do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, that's the next option.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So it hasn't increased the chance. We're going to sign it, fax it off. No,
He's turned us down.
not happy. Turned us down. Maybe we need some help. Let's have a look at our stuff.
Yeah.
So we got some vacancies here to pick up. So let's do that. So in our coaching staff, the coaches will give us cards, actual playing cards that we could play during the games.
Okay.
Right? So it's good to get a variety of different coaches. We've got someone here who coaches stamina. We've got attack and control coach. We have got defense, control, and stamina, and just stamina. I would say she's a pretty decent coach by the looks of it.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can I
Higher.
get Diane?
I'm
There
all
we
for
go. We've hired
diversity as well.
Diane.
Oh, God.
There we go. And then support. Is that Mr. Crabtree? It looks very similar to Dave Crabtree, doesn't it? Anyway, so Ashley Moss here can do individual training of players that he can give the players a forward clash or a loose ball coaching. So think of Ashley here as an individual player trainer. So he's like a support team.
Yeah.
Here's someone who is a scout. Beth can find us great players, maybe assist with those. So we've got two at the moment, Ashley and Beth. I'd recommend you sign both of them, but it's up to you.
I was going to say, can we do that?
Absolutely. We've got all of these slots.
Perfect.
So there we go.
Does that cost
and
us
then
money?
we'll look at a little bit. It doesn't come off your main total. It comes off your monthly total. Great. So you've now got a bit more structure to the backroom staff.
I feel it's all coming together.
John
already.
Narbert has disappeared because he's off the transfer list. He doesn't want to talk to us.
Philliskirk saying?
So Tony Philskirk, that's 493,000.
He always did well
and
against
he's a
Oxford, didn't he?
61.
He did. And his son
He
played
did.
for us as well, if you recall.
He did, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, we don't know too much about him because we've not been able to send some scouts off, but we could just throw out an offer if you'd like.
Yeah.
Well, he's good in attack and his fitness. I like his
think-
fitness
well,
levels.
We need a few goals, don't we? Let's negotiate with
You do. Off to the fax machine.
10%.
So, basic wage, let's see.
Let's go middle.
Let's go middle,
590,
yeah.
I think.
Middle,
Bonus,
bonus. Promise training,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
promise training, promise first 11.
We haven't got a
Yeah,
striker of
exactly.
sort, have we?
100%.
Yeah. I'm
Let's go for it. So the chance of success is still low, but let's see.
Still with the package.
And we bought him. Well
We got
done.
him.
He is joined up with the Yellows.
I'm happy about that. Could we
Let's have a look at our squad. He is now in our
Amazing.
squad. So let's go and put that squad together. So all you need to do, is Philliskirk. Let's just get him coached as a target man, and he will slowly improve. Now let's get on with the most important thing, which is playing the game. Now the first game is a friendly against Liverpool.
friendly?
And that's going to give you an idea how we're gonna be able to progress. So what you do, you can see the league table here. Lots of shortcuts to all the other places within the game, but the way we progress is down here on the left-hand side with make a game plan. So what we'll do is we could decide we're going to play the friendly against Liverpool, and we go straight to the game build-up. So here, these are playing cards that you will play during the match. So at a key moment in the game, what you'll want to do if you're in a goal scoring position is play this magic goal rush card, because it will increase your chances of scoring a goal. All of these cards you can merge and mix to make additional cards. So if we drop Nutmeg onto Goal Rush, it'll make a 40% increase to score goal card. It's super powerful. So you've got goalkeeping cards in green, midfield cards in yellow, and defensive cards in blue. So our coaching also allows us to have a sniper card here, so we can just keep adding cards like this. to our deck, which is down here on the bottom right. Any card that kind of raises up and sparkles, it means you can modify it, right? So, goal rush cards, passing cards. Do you want me just to throw a few in here?
Yeah,
Because
why
you're not.
Do it.
Yeah. So we'll just make you some really good cards.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Which, as you can see, they're modifying the numbers. So we're going to have a pretty decent. I think that's everything. A pretty decent set of cards. However, we do only have a 5% chance of beating Liverpool. The game itself in the background is a big numbers game. What it does is it looks at the quality of your team versus the quality of the opposition. It throws in a bunch of random stuff because we don't ever want this done like, oh, it's on paper. So there's always a bit of random weirdness. So what we give you during the game is the chance by percentages. What's the chance of something happening and a percentage? So effectively, you know whether it's a gamble or not. So here we are.
The players are in position.
In the lineup, we can see Liverpool have got Ian Rush, Rosenthal, Barnes, Mulby. I don't know who that is. Nathan Hall, McManaman, Lloyd, Jones, Burrows, Nicol, and Grobbelaar in goal.
Hopefully that's Jim Rosenthal up front.
Yeah, I think it's Ronnie, isn't it? Yeah, we'll see that. So we can scout a Liverpool player if you wanted to. Now we're playing them. We can send one of our scouts. So, for example, if you wanted to have a look at Jan Mulby or maybe one of the others.
What about? Yeah, just stick it on Mulby. Stick it on Mulby.
There we go. We're going to send our scout off. He's going to go and come back, or she's going to come back with some information on Jan Mulby. Now, formation: 4-4-2, 4-3-3, or 5-3-2. Take your pick.
I'm a strictly 4-4-2 man.
I'll go for that. We're playing in the 90s as well. Let's go 4-4-2.
So if we go through your strikers, you've got Phyllis Kirk and Pearson, 61 and 24. We've identified pretty early on that Oxford's attack is weak and needs work. Midfield looks fairly decent to me. If you want to make any of these changes, we've got Les Phillips on the subs bench, and we've also got whoever that was, Derek Hussein, I think, and we've got
can't
Bell.
move Paul Simpson up front, can we? Are we allowed to do
Yes,
that?
you can.
100%.
Absolutely. But he does. But if you look, he's gone from a 73 to a 57. But you can absolutely do that.
And let's get Pearson out and let's stick. Who was it? Les Phillips.
Yeah, there we go. So we got Joey, Les Phillips, Steve McLaren, Mickey Lewis, and the back line of Fordy, Kerry Evans, Gary Smart. Which one was Les? Robinson. There we go. We want Les in, don't we, instead of this Cox.
Yeah.
So Les at centre back.
Oh, I was going to say, I'd probably stick him centre back. Or do we stick my Ford in
maybe Ford.
Yeah.
Ford
centre back.
And Gary Smart, is he a right back? Is he a left back?
He was a right back.
Online. Exactly.
Mostly right back. But then when they both played, didn't Smart play left back? He did, didn't they? They played quite a lot together, and Smart tended to play.
And we're saying key over Vasey, yeah?
Keep them as they are, or make the change.
Keep that as it is.
Keep as they are. Yeah.
And we're saying key rather than Vasey. Are we saying
So again, that's your shout.
Can we swap at half time to give them both 45 minutes?
Yeah, we can do that. We can put Ken Vasey on the subs bench. So now the final thing for you to choose is the effort. Are they going to drop back? Are they going to hold the shape, or are they going to push up? Remember, it's a friendly against Liverpool.
Hold back.
Oh, I was going to say push up.
You two have got to make the decision. I'm here for the fallout.
How about we hold our shape? Let's compromise.
I said hold shape.
Hold our shape. That's what we did.
Yeah, there we go. Hold shape. So let's go. And what we'll do now is we'll go into the game of Nutmeg, which will show you
before you hit play, James.
Yeah.
Oxford have never beaten Liverpool, ever, have we?
No.
So we could be the first managers of Oxford United ever to do that, Dan.
There's a 5 to 4% chance that you could beat Liverpool with this team.
Well, you say that now, James. You say that now.
Come on, you yellows.
You haven't heard our motivational team talk before the game.
Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Okay, so this is the match. Your deck of cards that you play is on the bottom of the screen. Each match event will happen. We are the yellow counter. Liverpool are the purple counter. And when I click the button, the game is off and running. So off we go.
They build up momentum.
So Jan Mulby has then passed it off. And so we've got a first opportunity. Within 7 minutes, we've got an event for us to make a decision on. So the chances here is 54%. It gets drawn in, 18% sideline clash, or 28% it goes to a loose ball. The only two cards you can play if you want to are the precise passing, and that increases your loose ball chance to 58%. However, that card is spent and it will no longer be usable. So it's up to you that you make this decision or not to get stuck in.
In your, what would you advise in this situation for a young two managers early in their
friendly,
career?
I would just let it flow.
Let it flow. Yeah,
right?
I was going to.
I would just let it flow and see what happens. You've got fairly decent cards. Save them when we get against the rivals. All right, so we'll just see what happens. So it did in fact go for a sideline clash, of which Steve McLaren has only got 7% chance of making the tackle. He didn't make the tackle. Simo's got a 5% chance, or McManaman's got a 90% chance of crossing it. The cross has gone. It's gone to Rosenthal, and he's finished.
Saw that coming.
So 7 minutes, first goal, Ronnie Rosenthal.
He lines up the free kick.
So we've got a free kick now, 12th minute.
Simo.
So we can try and get a long shot out of it, and that will give us a 30% chance of a long shot on goal.
We take that.
Take it.
Yes.
And it ended up being a wide pass, so it got deflected. However, we've got a fairly decent chance there of getting something positive. Again, we are playing Liverpool. If we play that, you've now got a 40% chance of Tony Philliskirk getting a chance on there. Is it going to do his confidence this early on against Liverpool to get a snapshot in?
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Come on, Big Tony.
Let's do it.
Your fun.
And he's done it. So we have now got a chance for a goal. The ball is heading in. It is 55% miss, 30% save, or a 15% chance of goal.
If we can boost it, can't we?
But we can boost it. You ready?
Yeah. Come on, Tony, on debut.
Boost us up.
It's a goal. We have tied the game 1-1 on his debut, Liverpool fans. And this is being played at Anfield, by the way, so we have quietened the cop.
Great signing.
There we go. So Liverpool may be a little bit narked by this. Let's see what happens. McLaren doing good things in the midfield. It's between Fordy and McManaman there. So 80% chance nearly of Ronnie Rosenthal notching his second of the game. Or we can modify Paul Key to 24%. Or just let them score.
That's quite good for Paul Key, to be fair. So I say, let's do it. Let's do it. Confidence good.
And just goes underneath Paul Key.
I knew we should have started with Vase.
Now, you can see as you spend your cards, we get cards from the tactical deck, and this is down to the strength of the coaches that you've got. So they're additionally added. They're not as powerful as the cards that we have at the start of the game, but they help you continue play. So cross here from Hall. Going to Ian Rush. Kerry Evans tackles.
I love it, Kerry.
Kerry.
Never in doubt.
Smashes Ian Rush there, and it's half-time. So there we go. Now, what we could do as well is we can click on the Casio watch. The game plays out in fast forward. We don't have to do anything, so we can just sit back now and get through the friendly, and we ended up losing 2-1. But there we go. Legs in the system.
100%. I'd
right? Miles in the legs. So now we got into the actual league structure.
Well,
so let's go back and have a look at
was
the league structure. So we can pick one of the following games to play: Ipswich, Derby, Cambridge, or the Robins of Bristol.
Or the Robins of Bristol. Derby.
I feel like we need to go for a winnable game.
Let's go Cambridge.
Let's go Cambridge at home.
You want to go? Remember, it's Cambridge 1992.
Yeah.
Oh, big deal in Dublin and Steve Claridge and
exactly.
Well, that season we beat Cambridge at home, which kind of derailed their promotion push, and we got a draw at their place because I was there. Lee Nogan scored for us, so I reckon we've got a little hex over them. I'm going to go. I say we beat Cambridge once again. Put them in their place.
And I don't want to be I don't want to be that little tempter, right?
Mm.
But you've got £43,000 in the
know.
bank.
I know. Billy
Billy
Whitehurst.
Whitehurst is
we need
£40,000.
we need a striker a foil for.
He's not got great
No,
stats.
but is it
but
a great foil for Phyllis Kirk's goals?
Fitness being 4 stars for Billy Whitehurst is quite ironic there, James.
Let's do it, Dan.
I'm
Just for
sure it
lols.
includes his strength stats.
The fans will love it.
So that I used to, yeah.
Is it an Oxford United signing of 1992 for us to scrape the barrel and bring in whatever centre forward we can
Yeah.
afford?
Well, that season we brought in Trevor Aylott, didn't we, to literally do this role. And he was useless. Absolutely terrible, Trevor Aylott. with
That
his
volley
head
against Tranmere wasn't useless. That's all I remember him for.
back. Ooh.
Big Billy, go on, get him in.
We've got a lot more chance of
Yeah.
signing Billy. He's keen.
Let's-
So what do you want to
Low
do with his wage?
please.
Yeah.
Bonus?
Look, we give him low wage and medium
Yeah.
bonus, couldn't we?
Yeah.
What's the bonus for, James?
That's
Not
for
higher fights or
goals.
Goals. Okay.
Not scrapping.
Yeah.
And we're not going to promise him training, but you're going to promise him the first 11?
No.
God, no.
So that's gone down to 75%. Go for it. Let's sign
Go for
that
it.
contract. Send it over. And he's
Of course he
signed.
has.
There we go. Oxford
I quite like
United
that
with
front line.
£3,600 in the bank, feeling comparatively rich in modern
Yeah.
standards. Topical content. Right. Let's have a look. So we have a look at the squad. And there we go. Whitehurst, Phyllis
Yeah.
Kirk, Thomas Pearson. So maybe we can put Thomas
Yeah,
on
stick
the
him on the
Yeah.
transfer.
transfer
Have we
list.
had any interest for our players?
Not
Oh.
yet. You will hear
Topical.
when we do have interest. You will
Oh,
hear.
yeah.
Right.
also
So let's
topical
get back
content there.
to the game at hand. So did you choose a match that you wanted to
Cambridge. You're going to go
take
Cambridge.
control of? Go
Cambridge,
Cambridge.
yeah.
All right. So the things we can do for the games that we aren't broadcasting is we could choose the formation. And as you see on the bottom of the screen, it changes those numbers a little bit, ever so slightly. And also with your strategy, let's say, that also changes. So against Ipswich, it looks like our best chance of getting something is a 4-4-2 and pushing forward.
Do
Let's
it.
go for it. I love it.
Home game in Oxford as well. So
Yeah.
let's
This
have
is
a
our
look
first game
what
of the season.
happens. Oh, what?
Oh,
A 3-4 classic.
But look, Phyllis Kirk
Yeah.
rippling again.
at least he's finding some form. They're getting us back.
There we go.
86.
22,000 people,
Yeah,
though.
it's
That's
good
not
to be okay.
bad.
Well, they like our brand of football, James. So,
They did. However, fan sentiment has
Ooh.
dropped 1%.
wow.
But it was a great
great
game.
game.
3-4. We always have good games
Yeah.
against Ipswich. Oh, the phone's ringing. So Middlesbrough have offered 342,000 for Stuart Cox.
And he's
That seems like
yeah,
good
I'll
money.
take that.
It seems like very good money to me. It's well over his
Yeah, I'd
valuation.
handle
I would grab it if
Yeah,
I was
I'm
you.
yep, sold. Buy cups.
We've got a lot of fullbacks, so I'm happy with that.
There we go. So Middlesbrough have given us that. Let's have a
Right.
look at the transfer list. So we now have 430,000, which could. It's not many people there. Not many people, I would say, this run. This transfer list refreshes each month.
So maybe we just.
So maybe we keep our money.
Yeah, I think we will
for
do,
next
and I
time.
think we'll just see how we go for the next couple of games.
There we do. Let's do that. So, looking at the tactics, Derby are going to be a lot harder, but again, a 4-4-2 pushing up. Let's give it a go.
Goal.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ted McMinn's got a brace.
not a great result against Derby, but it was away. But now we're playing Cambridge.
Can we
so you
change
were
the
right.
starting 11?
We absolutely can. So we go into broadcast match. We get our bonus pack of cards, which we can modify, which I will do for you.
Okay.
So we get you some stronger cards. Let's do that. So you've got some pretty decent goal attempt cards and some good control in midfield. Right. There we go. So formation 4-4-2. Again, you want to stick with the traditional 4-4-2?
There's no other formation that works.
But let's get
Fine.
Whitehurst
So
up top.
up front,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
There
think
we
we've got
go.
to drop Paul Key, by the way.
there we go.
Get
And making sure that is
Les,
Les. Yeah,
yeah.
so Les, Gary Smart.
Yeah,
Let's
swap
swap that
that, yeah.
over. Mickey Lewis,
Just-
McLaren, Simo, Joey,
Can we
Les
stick Lewis in the
Phillips.
middle of midfield?
Of
Yeah.
course. There we
And,
go.
Yeah, Mo, yeah,
Switch around like that.
yeah, definitely.
Go with that. Let's go.
Well,
Do
yellows.
you want to push up?
Yeah, push up.
We
We've
need
got
to
nothing
go
lose here.
Let's go.
And it's a
All
Well, you know
petered
what?
out before.
After our start to the season
0-0
and shipping 8 goals in the first
In
2
the-
games, I'll take that.
in the championship.
I think sticking
Exactly.
Vasey in sticks was inspired decision.
So, James, can I ask a question?
Of course.
When like a keeper keeps a clean sheet, like Kenny Vasey has just done there, does his score go up at all? Does his rating increase?
The training is affected by various things. So performances and goals and the players' cards, they will improve as the seasons go on.
Can you
Yeah.
ever remember an Oxford game that you watched on Ceefax?
Oxford United losing 7-4 to Luton Town. I watched it on the teletext while in the movies or maybe Ritz video rental shop in Kidlington,
Wow.
High Street Kidlington. So whatever the video shop was at the end, they had the teletext on. I took maybe 90 minutes to choose a movie because choice was a difficult thing back
Wasn't
then.
it?
And sat and watched the whole game on Ceefax. And I remember the magic moment of the man turning the Ceefax off and putting the video printer on to see the score
This is
come up.
about the most 80s sentence I've ever heard in my life.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think it was probably Mannequin or something.
Oh,
was
even
the
better.
movie, or Blazing Saddles, right?
So my biggest game that I missed was the Tranmere game from this season, the 91-92 season.
Wow.
And I was working in Lillywhite's, the sports shop in London, and they had a big bank of screens, and we always put a couple of them on Ceefax on Saturday afternoon. And I watched Oxford stay up that season with Joey Beauchamp's
That is
goal
brilliant.
coming up on Ceefax. What a game to watch.
Did
on
you run
Ceefax.
out of Lily White
Nerve-wracking.
straight into the fountain that's out there outside? Didn't you? Maybe not.
For that game, I was in the depths of the Westgate Centre. My first job, which was basically, I was at Oxpens and they said, you have to go away now. There's nothing more you can do. Wandered through the Westgate Centre feeling a bit miserable. Like I didn't want to go and get a proper job. And there was a Virgin Game Centre video game shop. And I wandered in there and spoke to the manager for about 2.5 hours about a game called Kickoff 2 and Arsenal, which were his team. And he basically said, do you want the job? Which meant I ended up for this game missing the game, but listening to the radio downstairs while the manager said I could go and do a stock check. So having the radio balanced on a bunch of Mega Drives while listening to the crazy Tranmere thing. But yeah, funny how you remember these things, right? The big critical games. What about
just
you,
very
Matt?
quickly, mine was straight after our GCSEs. We were invited to a party, friends up in the Midlands, and it was like a house party, riotous, about 60 of us there. And I nipped off upstairs and found a telly where I literally stuck Ceefax on. And I remember there was a girl I was hoping to get with, and she kept popping up and goes, "Are you going to come down in a minute?" I was like, no. She goes, well, why not? I was like, because Oxford playing Cardiff. Cardiff took the lead. Moody's now scored 2, and then the page turned and he scored a hat-trick. And yeah, and it was that game. I just could not believe it. And waited till full time and then went back downstairs. And I can't remember if me and the girl ended up having fun that night or not.
If that girl is listening to this podcast,
I'm sure she is.
Let us know in the comments whether you did or didn't.
But
anyway, back to
That's the game.
Ceefax.
Beautiful stories. And let's finish off the month and see how we do against the Robins.
what? That didn't look nice.
Not pretty. So we get our monthly update and then the league tables. Here's a bunch of little jobs that we'll get to do. I'll talk to you about them in a second. But the league tables on the right-hand side will put into place. Oh, no.
That doesn't look
Grim
good.
viewing.
Very grim viewing. So we got some little tasks to do. Hire an assistant coach, consulting the head coach, and draw 7 cards in a match. If we do those things, we get additional kind of power cards. So we'll go and have a look at the coaching line. You can ring the coach. How do I train the team? And he gives you a bit of an overview of the team, but we've been able to get that bonus. Let's have a quick look at the transfers. So remember, we got 541. Molby, but he's 3.3 million.
Good scouting there,
Yeah.
Matt. That's
So Tony Bryan, Kevin Godfrey, Stefan Effenberg just out of reach.
How much we got? Okay.
Imagine
Yeah,
him
we're good, isn't it?
striding round Oxford.
Halliwell,
Ian
no,
Halliwell, Brian Mitchell, Mark Todd, Billy Mercer, Jim Stannard of Fulham, and Steve Senior.
Oh, not Trevor Senior, no.
Not Trevor Senior. I was inspired to create this game from a couple of places. And one of them was the story of Vasily Rats nearly coming to Oxford United in 1989. So it was one of those things that you kind of hear through the grapevine that this thing was about to happen. Didn't quite, but yeah. Seeing one of the USSR's 1986 World Cup squad nearly coming at the Manor was brilliant.
We also almost signed Trevor Francis, didn't we, in 1985, 86? So the rumour goes we were incredibly close, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it must have been at Sampdoria or someone at the time, and Robert Maxwell did a deal to bring him over. And I don't know why it fell through, but apparently it was very, very close.
Probably
to
fell
happening.
through once
Very
they
close
spoke
to
to him.
The same with the Stan Collymore story as well. We were very close to picking up Stan. Nutmeg has all of these moments where you can recreate and play kind of what if. No. So, yeah, game against Sunderland.
Yes! First win, Phillips and Robinson. That's something you'd love to see.
Les Phillips, Les Robinson. Wow. And we've got a phone call. Brian Pearson, 29k.
I mean,
Sold.
yeah, Rampart can have him.
More money in the bank. Let's play Pompey. Oh. Really like
Phillips.
the scores, though.
At least he got off the mark. Is that Whittingham who scored for them? Yeah.
It was. So that is September over. We have moved up to 20th.
That's all right.
There we go.
Sell for that.
So quick look at the computer, look at our players, and you can see who's scoring the goals at the moment. I think it's Phyllis Kirk is the leading scorer. Now, what we can do for the rest of the season is just automatic. Just go. Just don't play the game and whiz through for the benefit of time.
Could we whiz for a little bit and get to the business end, the Tranmere
let's do
away, if you will?
Let's do that. So
Come on.
let's just whiz through some games. 3-2.
Exciting games. Colton Fairweather.
scored them.
There we go.
Yeah.
So Barnsley. This isn't a great run. Gary Smart scored though.
Gary Smart scored.
Gary Smart. Barnsley, they want to buy Bradley Evans. However, they're only offering us 10k.
Can we ask him for a bit more?
We can reject it, yeah.
Reject it.
Okay, it's reject.
Power play.
If they come back, they come back. So Rampart Mill.
Oh my God, Rampart scored and we've just given them a load of players. How are we losing to Rampart?
Leicester. 2-2 draw away at Leicester.
Phyllis Kirk.
40.
Notches again.
Yes, 3-1 win against Grimsby. Look at that.
Whitehurst.
Terry Evans, Billy Whitehurst, and
Good
Simo.
signing.
Very good signing. So let's whiz
How
through
many
that.
goals
Where
did
are we
Whitehurst
on
get for Actual Oxford?
About 6. But he
We're
went
now
about 20
19th.
games without scoring.
So this is the transfer list this month.
Sutton.
Clark, who's that? Tim Clark, Huddersfield.
Who's Sutton?
You've got Chris Sutton, Norwich.
Can't afford
just
him.
can't
Mind
afford
you, we've got
him.
a lot of money now, haven't we?
Paul Smith, Peter Scott.
Mm.
You've got a lot of money. You're coming up to nearly £1 million
so maybe
quid, though.
give
So
it
maybe
another
you want
month,
to
do we,
save
or-
it.
Can we put an offer in? Can we put an offer in for Sutton that they can only reject?
They will only reject it because it's just not
Okay,
enough.
Yeah, okay.
Is there anyone we should be going for there?
You can get Eric Nixon, though.
I mean, I think good goalkeeper. I think at this stage of the season is invaluable.
It's important.
Let's go for it. I'm going for it. What do you say, Dan?
Let's go. Right. Wage.
Middle.
10%.
10%.
Middle.
Bonus.
Crucially
Yeah, good
bonus.
bonus. I'll give you a good bonus.
High.
High bonus.
Promise training. First 11, I'd say, yeah.
Yes.
Now, do you want to give him a Georgian oak chair
Yes, I do. 100%.
as a signing
100%.
bonus?
Is that what he wants?
I want to give him the oak chair.
Well,
If
It's like generation game.
I'm loath. Yeah, it is. It's funny where the prizes came from, Generation Game and Bully.
yes.
Let's do it. Cross fingers. It's a low one. He's not that thrilled, but let's give it a go. No.
All right.
No, he's not keen on that Georgian chair. Let's keep going then. Right, Charlton. 1-0.
We are not doing well here.
So we're being offered a chance to sell merchandise. Which merchandise do you want in the club shop?
I
Mugs,
think
pennants, woolly hats,
Yeah,
rattles,
team
caps,
shirts.
scarves, team shirts, bads,
Team
and
shirts.
key rings.
shirts definitely,
Scarf.
and caps.
There we
Cap.
go. So we can sell 2 things at the moment. No, we can sell
All
4.
right, scarves.
Yeah.
Everyone wants a scarf.
Mugs,
Yeah,
mugs and
mugs.
coasters. They're the ideal Christmas
Yeah.
gift, Matt. If you think about it.
They are. And you've done well there because it being December coming up, all of
Exactly
that
that.
makes the difference within
Yeah.
the game. That if you, at the beginning of the season, shirts may well sell a little bit more. At Christmas, more gifty things will. So yeah, loads of levels and depth within this game. Anyway, see how we get on against the Gals.
Kerry Evans.
Kerry
With a
Evans.
header.
Blackburn. We don't like to see that, do we?
Not so good.
So Watford, they're after Gregory Robinson. That puts us up to 1.5 mil in our transfer kitty.
Yeah, I'll take it.
But,
Let's take it. And then we'll go back to the new month. We'll start. We're playing Watford now. Will Robinson score against us? No, but we still take the loss.
we need some players.
Where are we?
need some
What
players.
has that
We're hovering
done
above
to
the relegation
our-
places, at least.
We got 1.4 million quid. Let's have a look how we want to spend it. So we could bid for Sutton. We could bid for Martin Allen, Mick Gooding of Reading, Tim Clark, Michael Gilks,
He was a player.
Harris, Daryl Burgess, Tommy Lynch, Michael Cicere, who I think was a non-English player from one of the... Ooh,
Steely.
look at that, Mark Steele. Oh, we can't afford
Oh.
Mark Steele. But there you go. Anybody take
Well, I
your
might try and stuff
fancy?
them, but presumably he won't come to us, right?
We
Go
can
on.
ask. Should we throw everything at it?
at it.
Promise
Yeah,
him training, and we'll give him. He wants us
Plant
to plant the
for-
forest.
Yeah.
Clearly,
25%. Oh, wait.
as
Wait a
he,
minute.
we
Yeah.
ready?
Yeah.
Oh, couldn't come to a deal for Chris Sutton. Sadly,
I mean,
Michael
Jilks
Gilks was a
interests
hell of a
me as
player.
well.
he's a midfielder though. I think Oxford's
Yeah, it's
midfield is
true,
pretty
isn't it?
all right.
Mm.
I think you need strikers
Yeah,
and
you're right,
keepers.
You're right.
Should we take a punt on Cicere? Let's have a look at him.
Let's do it.
Let's
Yeah.
go for it. We got him. What's the background? I'll have to Google him to find out where he,
We got
if he
Stick him
is a
straight in.
real player or not. Right.
Then
There we go. And you've now got $1 million if you want to buy the goalie Clark from Huddersfield.
Do
Do
it.
it.
Do it.
80% chance of him. Let's just go middle. There we go. We've picked up a goalie and a striker.
oh,
Very, very Oxford United, as again, isn't it? Becoming a bit flush halfway through the season, finding some money from somewhere. So, anybody you want to add to the transfer list, or are you perfectly happy with how things are right now?
do we need Pinovese or Key?
Oh. Do either of them listen to the podcast?
Paul Key might do, actually.
At this point, they've probably turned off.
Yeah.
Let's be fair.
He's shipped. I mean, they've shipped a lot of goals. I think we should bin one of them off. Matt,
Basic.
I mean, Vate is a better keeper in real life. Key,
All right,
Key's
keep
gone.
All right.
International. All right, we'll get.
There we go. There we go. Right. Let's get to the business end of the season. Or unless you want to play,
We're going to play Swindon, don't we?
I think you
Yeah,
do.
go on then.
Or do you not want the pressure
No, that's
and you
what I
can
was
blame the
thinking.
computer?
I think we just roll the dice.
Delegate.
We roll the dice.
You want the challenge, don't you? You do want the challenge.
Yeah.
It's
Go
a
on, then.
30% win, roughly. 33%.
Go for
Let's
it.
do it. We've had more success when we've done it. haven't we?
You have. You have, and that is the way the game is built. That really, it will give you a little bit more success. Let me just get this in a position. Right,
And we
okay.
can't lose this one, James.
That's all you want. Right, so
due to start any moment now.
let's put
Yeah.
Billy Whiteus on the
Yeah,
subs
please.
bench. That midfield looking
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
And
Well, we've got a
Can
new
we get-
keeper.
he's in.
Can we get Mickey Lewis to go right through Glenn Hoddle in the first minute?
We can absolutely. Oh no, they have got Hoddle, haven't they?
They
Yeah, we
have.
can do that. We can. Well, we'll push up. Let's just go for it. And that's Les Phillips, isn't it? We want Les in the subs bench. There we go. Bring it on.
Yellow.
In from the sidelines.
So Mickey Lewis starting off pretty boldly. Joey, oh, come on. I'm going to play for you there because I absolutely want Joey to send a crossing. And he does. Oh, Colin Calderwood takes it off Mickey Lewis's head.
Thrown in.
Oh,
40 absolutely cleans him out.
A good opportunity from this free kick. Outstanding interception.
It's tense, isn't it? Absolutely tense.
unbearable.
Mickey Lewis, come on, Mickey. Let's get it's up to Joey again.
Let's not leave any cards out there.
Yeah, let's not. A great. I love that quote, Dan. Oh, Cicere.
Come on, big.
Oh, David Kerslake this time.
A goal that's
They were quite an annoying team. Was this the year they went up?
They've not found the net.
Is this when they went up?
But anyway, it's been all Oxford.
Cleared.
We are dominating. We're just lacking getting that magic opportunity. Let's spend that. Oh, 18% chance. Let's throw everything at it. 88th minute. I'm not.
Come on, this should be good.
I can't see.
Come on, James. Literally.
Is he there? Yes,
Mickey Lewis.
Mickey Lewis.
88th minute.
Yes.
And we've done it.
That's good. That's big. What's fan sentiment like after that?
And you've even unlocked a little achievement there. They're never giving you up. Never give you
Look
up
at that.
achievement, which you get for scoring in the last minute of the
That's
game.
beautiful.
I mean, chaps,
that-
you made the right call, didn't you?
That's
We didn't leave anything out there. All the cards were played. We put all our cards out on the table there, James.
that was.
A beautiful, beautiful game.
Let's celebrate with a bit of
yeah, they
Noel's
were in
house party.
13th. Bit of Noel's house party,
That's
yeah.
moved us up the table.
Let's have a look. There we go. Noel's house party and death of Freddie
Whoa, that's
Mercury there. Not quite
No,
as,
that's sad.
but you know,
Takes the
still
edge off a
affecting
little
the
bit.
country,
Taking the edge off the
didn't
win a bit.
it? Let's go to the end of the.
Oh, great game. Huh?
It's
Mickey Lewis is an absolute goal machine this season.
absolutely. Bradley Evans, Tranmere wants
Yeah,
him
he
for
can go.
15k.
Yeah.
Sell him. Sell a lot. Oh, you're unbeaten in 3.
We are flying.
Look at this.
Was that Chichera's first goal?
Unbeaten in
Chichera,
4.
what a signing.
Tell you what.
Oh, sorry, what? Phyllis Kirk and Chichera up top.
I would like to award Matt and Dan Manager of the Month
Yes, please.
for December. Look at that. You've had a good Christmas, chaps.
What a run.
Where does that put Oxford United up to?
Flying.
Playoff, surely.
15th place.
Come on, flying.
And we've got 1.1 million in the
Yeah.
bank. It's all going very nicely. Let's have a look at that transfer list. Matt Elliott,
Elliot, yes,
on.
come on, Matty.
Yeah.
Come home.
I think we need
300k.
to think
Yeah,
about
signed.
Detsy Krasinski,
You know.
Michael Gilks is
So,
still on there, Vince
right.
Bartram, Mark Lever, Mick Goodin, Billy Stewart, Lee Palin, Graham Abel, Martin Foyle.
Foyle. What happens if we
And Matt
bring
Elliott.
Foyle?
You
Foyle
could
and Matt Elliott?
afford.
Yeah,
Or could
yeah.
you?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, just
Come on.
about. Who do you want to go
Elliott
for first?
Elliot. Yeah.
Throw everything at him. Yeah. Yeah.
And he wants a sponsored museum exhibit.
Have it.
There we
Can I
go.
have it at the Ashmolean?
He's there.
Probably good content again, Matt.
He's got his little rose shirt on. There we go. Now, are we going to go and get Martin Foyle?
Oh, it's...
Let's try.
Oh, Foyley.
I suspect you're going to want to throw everything at it, but let's
Nice,
give it a
nice
go.
package.
And you've got him.
I like that's good business.
What a great January window. Of course, this is the 1990s. There's no window. You can buy
that's
people
fine.
whenever you want. None of that window nonsense. Let's have a look at the squad.
Shaping up nicely.
Poor old Billy declining.
Right, yeah, but he did a job for us.
He
So we
did.
stick him on the
Do you want to
transfer?
mark him for transfer?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Just before the Christmas party, which is probably a good thing. Given the
You've
stories
still
I've
got
heard
these
about
two
him.
on the transfer list. I think you're pretty tight
Yeah.
after that.
Fair.
Let's have a quick look at Billy Whitehurst. How many goals did he score for Oxford? Let's have a look. Or
3.
has he scored?
It's not
3.
too bad, is it?
3
3
important
and
goals.
9. 3 and 9.
First
Happy
guy's
with
got
that.
9 goals.
So yeah, there we go. Right then.
Foyley.
After
Love
1 minute.
that.
1 minute.
1 minute.
into the
What a
debut.
debut.
What a signing.
What a
I'll take that.
debut. Done. Keep the squad lean. Oh, those Robins. Let's go on into March. March and see what that does to the transfer list.
Phillips again with the
Foyle
brace.
Your decision to bring in Martin Foyle is
I-
proving pretty miraculous. Oh,
Ouchie.
still,
that
David
David
Rush
Rush?
scoring for Sunderland there. It's David Rush.
Oh,
What the
happened
hell?
there?
How's that happened?
Wow. Football, right? Which is great. Derby want to buy Vincent Bell, 200k. Again, someone who's not
Yeah,
featured
sell him.
and they're also injured.
Sell him and then
Off he
we'll
goes.
soon be able to afford Steeny.
Let's have a look at that transfer
We're going to
list
get
next.
Foyle and Steen up front of this, aren't we?
Barnsley doing us. Rampart Mill. Oh, we've hit a bad run. Leicester.
Clara.
Steve McLaren. Got to be Grimsby, right?
Oh, we're getting towards the business end here, aren't we?
We are, yeah.
Where are
so
we?
where's that put us?
Oh,
15th again.
Yeah, but
Fairly
we need to...
good. Let's
Fairly
have a look at the
mid-table.
full league table
Great.
on there. So 33 games played, 10 wins, 7 draws, 16 losses.
Be great to
Not
get
great goal
Steeny,
difference.
wouldn't it, for the final
But-
running?
It's us down to Plymouth are in that relegation
Yeah.
fight. I think Tranmere are pushing themselves out of it.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
we need points on the board. Let's have a look at that transfer list. Oh,
Not
who's that? Who's that?
Right, come on. Let's throw some money at this. Let's throw some money at this problem and get Narbit in.
Oh,
Yeah, the percentages have upped, haven't they?
If he turns us down after
I'll get him on the
this,
phone, Dan.
He is not
Do we
a
have a
friend of the
count?
podcast.
you're going to count. Why don't you count us in? I'll send the fax.
Yeah, do
3,
it.
2, 1, go for it.
You signed
Mr.
him.
Narbit, welcome to the manor.
Right.
Fantastic. You still got 900k to
Right,
play
who
with.
else we got there?
Alan Cork's still there. David Lee. Stanislaus. Who's he? Bury. So,
Any
yeah,
good
no
numbers
one I
there?
recognise.
Not really. Not
Not really.
All right, we'll
No,
be all right.
you want 60s really because your midfield's
Yeah.
excellent. You got a great midfield,
Right,
but
how
we've
do we
got,
get
we've
Narbit
got
in?
2 months left.
We need
Yeah,
to get
we
Narbit
do.
in there, though, James. Come on, man.
Let's play against Charlton.
James, we need to get Narbit in.
We'll do it now.
Cost us 3 points there, man.
It was a friendly. Don't you worry.
All right.
I was getting through the friendly.
A crisp afternoon, a perfect pitch.
Right,
and 90
Narbit
minutes of
Chere.
football
You've got
ahead.
Martin Foyle.
Foyle.
Are we going to go an un-Oxford, unnatural
that's
4-3-3?
interesting. Narbit playing just behind.
Well, we know that Beauchamp and Narbit do such a nice little
Yeah.
partnership together. We remember the layoff,
Yeah.
didn't we, from Narbit to Beauchamp?
Gosh, we've got an embarrassment of riches up top now, haven't we?
You have. Matt Elliott's feeling a bit
Yeah,
under the
yeah.
weather, but
Let's get him in for
Or
Robbo.
Gary Smart.
Yeah, or Smart, yeah.
I'd say he's 57.
Okay.
Robbo's, your stats are
All right.
all right, I reckon
Right,
you go for it.
Yeah, go for it. Need a win.
And it's a
Another
stalemate.
0-0. Solid.
Do that this season.
Solid. But now we've got that 4-3-3. There we go. More sad news. Benny
Oh, he's
Hill
sad.
and Frankie Howard have
On the same
passed,
day?
which is a shame. But also, it was the same month. But Noel's house party started,
good.
so
Oh, that's
Mr. Blobby. There we go.
That's a
You win
cheery-
some, you lose some. Let's have a look. Bristol Rovers. Oh, Narbit
Not good.
scored a goal. Needed to make it
No.
4-3-3, didn't
funny.
they? Right. Blackburn.
Joey,
Joey.
first goal of the season. I'm happy for him. Fully.
2-1 home win against
Absolute.
Watford. So April, we've got the final
Where are we?
games of the
Still
season,
got Swindon away. Where are we? Still 15th.
and we got Swindon away. You're going to want to do it?
No.
Let's delegate it then. Let's.
Push. Push up.
We're going to delegate it.
Yeah.
We can do it, Matt.
Oh, Knobs on
Oh,
the.
Narbit notched
He wishes.
the consolation. Oh, Chechere and Foyle.
Oil's
That
proven
4-4-3 is
fine.
working at home. Tell you what, we are goals.
Yeah,
We
we are.
are
Fan
goals.
sentiment's high.
Let's have a look. 5-3.
Narbit again, though.
Yeah.
Gulp. Let's have a quick
Look,
look at
where
that
are we?
table. I think we're all right. Yeah,
We're going to
We'll
be
see.
alright, aren't
cannot
we?
go down. You two
Easy
have
street.
kept Oxford United up. This is your
I
party
mean, we'd
game.
take that, wouldn't we?
So we'll delegate that one. 4-2
Oh,
home win against Borough.
Look at that.
Narbit
All
again.
our signings scored.
Look at that. John Narbit. What happens with all the divisions? Who's going
Let's see what
where?
happens. Oh, I love that.
There we go.
Why would we take that, wouldn't we?
We would take that. Macclesfield, Cheltenham, Newport, and Wickham join the division in the next season.
Wow.
So that
Yep.
is one season of Nutmeg. That's the leading scorers. I don't see any
No.
of ours in Division
Foyle.
2, but certainly, as we said, John Aldridge is still notching him up for Tranmere.
Jim
And,
Rosenthal there as well.
But he's had a glorious season, as has Dalian Atkinson there with 33 goals.
Well,
So
I enjoyed my
There we
first
go.
season as
That-
manager of Oxford United. I think, reflecting on the season, I was very, very happy with some of our signings.
I think we've added a lot of value
Yeah.
to the squad. I mean, bear in mind,
You have.
our front line was diabolical at the start of the season. We've ended up with Narbit in the goals, Foyle in the goals, Chichere in
Whoever
the
he
goals,
is.
Philliskirk in the goals.
Well, I think the fans will look back on this season and feel they've been entertained.
Absolutely will do. And just to leave you dreaming of
Mm.
your next season, your squad is looking a bit threadbare with some injuries and retirements. But
I think the
Yeah,
goal for the next
that's how you're
pre-season
doing.
is to make sure Matty Elliott's happy.
Yeah. How can we
That's
do
what
that?
you
Can we,
need to
buy,
do.
can we buy him a chair? Can we buy him an oak chair?
So who could we sign potentially looking to the new season? There's not a lot on offer really.
no, but you got 1.2
Yeah.
million. But there's some interesting players there.
Yeah. Craig
And
Fleming.
on that
Paul
note,
Key back. Paul Key's
next
been
week-
put back on the transfer.
March the 26th, the game is out. You'll be able to continue your own
Mate,
journey.
you know what? I'm in for it. I enjoyed that.
Very, very, very exciting, James. Thank you very much indeed. Amazing to sign John Narbit.
I mean, that's
For
a
us,
real
and
dream
Liam.
fulfilled.
I'll absolutely say that was not pre-planned at all. That was complete
No.
random because the transfer will pull out the kind of transfer
Wow.
list. So especially for him to appear twice, it's
The
kind of written in the
stars
stars, right?
align there.
Beginning of the season, that first month, if I'm going to give you a kind of rating, I think you were on for a record low Championship League
Okay.
2 for Oxford United. Your excellent December month, unbeaten, particularly brilliant in the transfer window, picking up Martin Foyle, Matt Elliott, and John Narbit. Saved your bacon. You've got a job for next season.
Love it.
Well, thanks very much. I feel genuinely thrilled to have played that, I must say. And I think I
World
might,
premiere.
World premiere. Thank you very much.
I'm looking
is,
forward to editing this, and we'll take out the Swindon defeat at the end of the season.
So buy it on Steam. It's out next Thursday 26th at 3 p.m.